Hi, welcome to the Organization Root Administrator Employee Pool video session. Staffing organization root administrators maintain the employee pool of the respective organizations. Employee pool of a staffing organization consists of regular employees and the contractors. Though contractors are not exactly the regular employees, WFMA considers the contractors as part of the employee pool of the staffing organizations. Staffing organization root administrators can create employees, view employee details, update the employee records, deactivate employees, and delete employees. Click on Employee Pool to get to the user interface for managing the regular employees and contractors of the employee pool in the respective organizations. As you see, these are the resources already created in the organization's employee pool. Notice the values in the employee type column. Value regular means it's a regular employee. Value contractor means it's a contractor employee. Click on the Add button to see the dialog box, which takes a confirmation if the employee would be an employee manager. Employee manager is a role having higher privilege than an employee role. If yes is click, the employee will be created with employee manager role. If no is, the employee will be created with employee manager role. Click on No button to see the user interface for entering the details of the new employee. Enter the details of the employee. In the Radio button, select the radio for employee type that applies to the employee to be created. If Regular is selected, the employee will be a regular employee. If Contractor is selected, the employee will be a contractor employee. Please note that if Contractor radio is selected, Payment Threshold Days field is activated. Contractors raise bills for payment, and thus, Payment Threshold Days parameter entry is relevant. If Regular radio is selected, Payment Threshold Days field is deactivated. Regular employees do not raise bills, and thus Payment Threshold Days entry is irrelevant. In this Radio button, depending upon the radio selected, it is decided if the employee will be a deployable resource or not. If No is selected, the resource is created as undeployable, and the resource will never appear in the list at the time of deployment. However, Staffing Organization Root Administrator can set the resource to deployable by selecting Yes anytime by updating the employee record. Click on the Update link of an employee to get to the user interface for updating the employee record. Notice that the employee type is non-editable. That is because once an employee is created as regular employee or contractor, it can't be changed down the line. If by mistake an employee is created with a wrong employee type, that is to be removed through Delete action. No value chosen for Reporting Manager means the employee does not report to anyone in the employee pool, that is, the employee is highest reporting authority in the organization employee pool. However, the Staffing Organization Root Administrator can reset the employee to report to any other employee from the employee pool. Notice that the active field is not editable. When an employee is created, by default the employee is set to active status. An active employee can be deactivated through Deactivate action only, not by just editing the status to deactive. Upon deactivation action, WFMA needs to check lots of data integrity for the subject employee. During create or update of an employee record, Staffing Organization Root Administrator cannot upload employee image. It is the individual employee who does that. Image file name is displayed and may be used by the Staffing Organization Root Administrator for administrative purpose. Employee separation is an important function in the organization. WFMA deals with employee separation meticulously. It is not just about editing the status of an employee to separate. An employee may wish to resign, or due to an unfortunate event the employee may not be available for work. Whatever is the situation, the separation needs to be handled meticulously, which leads to doing a separation plan. When an employee needs to be separated, Staffing Organization Route Administrator makes a separation plan by clicking the Planned Radio button. Notice that as soon as Planned Radio button is clicked, Separation Effective Date and Separation Comment fields get enabled, because these two data points are relevant for employee separation. Data entry is mandatory once these two fields are enabled. There are business validations against the date entered as separation effective date. Upon clicking the Update button for confirming the update, WFMA checks if the entered separation effective date is feasible. WFMA checks across lots of data. The employee may have been deployed in some active projects. The employee timesheets are in work-in-progress state, etc. By churning data, WFMA also derives and displays the earliest feasible separation date for the separation planning of the employee. After a feasible date is entered and updated, WFMA keeps track of the date and highlights the employee record in the user interface in red color along with appropriate comment as soon as the separation date goes past the current date. Staffing Organization Route Administrator can separate the employee online. If the employee separation is set on automatic mode, the automatic process separates the employee as soon as the separation date goes past the current date. As explained earlier, Staffing Organization Route Administrator can deactivate an active employee through Deactivate Action. On the other side, a deactivated employee can be reactivated by Staffing Organization Route Administrator. Upon deactivation action, WFMA checks lots of data integrity for the subject employee deactivation. Click on the Deactivate link to see a dialog box for confirming deactivation. As the note says, if an employee is deactivated, the employee will not be able to log into the system and cannot be deployed in any project. However, upon reactivation, the employee will be able to function normally and can be deployed. Delete link is used for removing the employee record physically, but it is a restrictive operation. WFMA checks if the employee to be deleted is referred anywhere in the organization. If found referred, it does not allow removing the record. Thank you. See you in the next video.